Hey guys, welcome back. So today I want to talk about a safety issue, and that safety issue is bullet setback. Now, let me explain what that is first. When you have an automatic handgun such as this Glock 17 and you're constantly loading and unloading the pistol, what you're doing is causing the bullet in the case to be pushed back a few thousandths of an inch every time that round is chambered. Okay? When you put a fresh magazine in and let that slide go home, what you should be doing is releasing the slide release or holding the slide sharply to the rear and releasing it to get a positive feed. That applies a lot of pressure to the nose of that bullet when it hits the feed ramp. As you can see in this video, when a bullet hits a feed ramp, it comes in at a pretty sharp angle. The spring pressure and momentum of the slide overcomes that steep angle and pushes the round up into the chamber, forcing it into the chamber. That causes that setback. Now, setback is one of those things that you can't really measure. The best thing that you should do, or what I do, is take an unfired round and my first round of my magazine and hold them side by side. Put them on a flat table, for example, and take a look at them. You'll notice the setback in that first round in your magazine. Now, once you start to see that setback, what I mean, it's not something you really should measure that you don't measure, is because I don't know what a safe setback is for 9mm 40-45. My policy is if I see that bullet starting to set back, if it's noticeable, I take that round out of my magazine. I don't use it anymore, okay? So the practice of loading your weapon and unloading the weapon is what causes this setback. Now, I realize a lot of you guys are going to say, well, I always leave my weapon loaded, and that's fine. But there are times when you clean your weapon, if you hand your weapon to a friend, or you're at the gun store, you want to show it to somebody behind the counter, or whatever, there are times where your weapon's clear, and therefore you have to reload it. Now, myself, I'm in the practice of every time I come into my home, if I take my weapon off, if it's out of my immediate control, I unload the weapon and make it safe. Now, I live in a house that has kids in it and things like that, so that's why I have that particular safety practice. If I put a weapon in a safe, because I have so many firearms in my safe, I don't want to segregate them. It's like, well, on this side of the safe, these are loaded, on this side, they're empty. If a weapon goes into a safe, it's unloaded in my house. Okay, and again, I realize some of you guys don't do that, but I do that. So, and there's a lot of people like me that actually do that. So during any given day, any given week or month, I'm loading and unloading my carry firearm quite frequently, and setback occurs more quickly for me. Now, one of the things that you can do to avoid this, I'm going to give you just a simple tip, and this is what I do. When I load my weapon, all right, when I go to unload it, I'll take that first round, say it's been a month, I'll take that first round out, I'll compare it to an unfired round and see what the setback is. If I see any noticeable setback, I'll take that first round of the magazine and I will drop it into a burn cup. This burn cup goes with me to the range and I fire off those rounds in practice. Then I'll take a fresh round out of the box of unchambered rounds and I'll replace that first round of the magazine in my carry pistol. Now, some folks have a different practice. They'll do things like take that first round out, they'll take a brand new round out of the box, or they'll take a round from underneath it, they'll put the round that's been chambered over and over again into the magazine, then put a fresh round on top of it. I don't do that. Other folks will do things like unload the entire magazine, take the round with a slight setback, put it at the bottom of the magazine and load it up, and they'll just keep doing that cycle. For me, that's just begging for you to actually forget what rounds where in the magazine and actually causing a problem to occur. Now, the problems that can occur when you get enough setback, it causes the chamber pressure in the pistol to spike. Some rounds, some calibers are more susceptible to this than others. 40 caliber, for example, has been problematic in the Glocks. Now, the infamous Glock kaboom, where you see people posting videos or pictures of Glocks that have exploded, the frames are split. Some of those instances can be traced back to bullet setback. Somebody has let that bullet get so far seated in that case that the chamber pressure spiked and it caused the frame to split when the case head let go. Okay, so that is the safety concern. Now, it can happen with just about any automatic caliber. It's not just 40 caliber and it's not just Glocks. It can happen to just about any pistol. Okay, so that's why you want to be careful about it and always monitor that first round. And don't always carry that same first round for a year, constantly chambering and unchambering that round. I've seen people pull rounds out of their handguns that had such severe setback, it was almost a guaranteed kaboom if they ever fired that round. So anyway, be sure to check your magazine and your first round. If you guys have any questions about setback or anything in this video, feel free to visit us on Facebook. You can reach us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/military arms. As always, everybody, thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.